Autumn evening, Blackwood Manor opened its magnificent doors to the city's most distinguished guests for an exclusive celebration unlike any other. Beneath dazzling crystal chandeliers and surrounded by elegant music, laughter, and celebration, stood the legendary Truth Diamond, a breathtaking blue gemstone that had survived 4 centuries of wars, kings, revolutions, and countless attempts at theft. Resting safely inside a heavily secured crystal display case with ornate golden
locks, the diamond was considered impossible to steal. Its owner, the respected Edward Blackwood, proudly welcomed his guests and spoke of the priceless treasure's remarkable history, unaware that this unforgettable evening would soon become one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries. As the grandfather clock slowly announced midnight, thunder echoed across the skies,
and the atmosphere inside the ballroom suddenly changed. Candles flickered, the chandeliers trembled, and without warning, the entire mansion was swallowed by darkness. For only a few seconds, the Truth Diamond remained the only light glowing inside the room, until even that brilliant blue light disappeared. When the emergency lights finally returned, celebration instantly turned into horror. The crystal display case still stood exactly where it had been. Its golden locks remained securely fastened. The glass showed no cracks, no damage, and no sign of forced entry. Every guest was still inside the ballroom. Every door remained locked. Yet the Truth Diamond had vanished without leaving behind a single clue. Shock spread through the room as whispers of disbelief filled the air. Within minutes, police sealed every exit, knowing that if the thief was still inside, no one would leave until the mystery was solved.
While everyone searched for the person responsible, one young detective searched for something far more important: the truth. 18-year-old Liam Morgan, known across the country as the student detective, arrived at Blackwood Manor with remarkable calmness. Unlike everyone else, he ignored the panic surrounding him. Instead, he quietly observed the untouched display case, the polished marble floor, the brass pedestal, the surrounding furniture, the guests' reactions, and every tiny detail that others had dismissed. A barely noticeable scratch on the pedestal, a faint circular dust mark, and an almost invisible blue velvet fiber hidden beneath the display case immediately caught his attention. Without drawing conclusions, Liam carefully recorded each observation inside his detective notebook before calmly beginning his investigation. Rather than accusing anyone, Liam patiently
spoke with every person present. He questioned the elderly housekeeper, the security officers, the catering staff, and each guest who had stood near the diamond before the blackout. Surprisingly, every statement appeared honest. No one contradicted another witness, and no one behaved like a desperate criminal. Instead of searching for lies, Liam searched for patterns hidden beneath the truth. His questions soon led him to the maintenance records, revealing that the display case had been opened only 30 minutes before the gala during a routine inspection. While Inspector Daniel Hayes expected Liam to review the security footage of the theft itself, the young detective made an unexpected request. He wanted to see the recordings from several hours before the gala had even begun. As everyone watched the priceless diamond, Liam watched the people around it. A brief reflection inside a polished cabinet, an unfamiliar name in the guest register, a momentary hesitation in someone's movements, and countless, seemingly insignificant details slowly began forming a perfect chain of evidence. Hours passed as Liam silently reconstructed every minute leading up to the disappearance. Piece by piece, the impossible crime transformed into a logical puzzle. Then came the moment that changed everything. Liam calmly announced that there was one person he had not yet questioned: the owner of Blackwood Manor himself. Edward Blackwood answered every question with complete confidence. His voice never trembled, his expressions never changed, and every answer appeared perfectly reasonable. Yet as Liam observed him closely, he noticed something everyone else had overlooked.
The servants were innocent. Even the security officers had never touched the missing diamond. The crime had only appeared impossible because everyone had begun investigating at the wrong moment. Then, after a brief pause, Liam slowly turned toward Edward Blackwood. Every eye in the room followed him. Without raising his voice or making a dramatic gesture, he calmly spoke the words that no one expected to hear. "Mr. Edward Blackwood, you stole your own diamond." For a moment, time itself seemed to stop. Guests gasped in disbelief. Inspector Hayes stood speechless.
Yet Edward did not deny the accusation. Instead, a quiet smile appeared on his face as he admitted that Liam Morgan was absolutely correct. But before anyone could ask the question echoing through every mind, why would a man steal his own priceless treasure? Edward simply turned toward the grand staircase and invited Liam to return the following morning. As he disappeared into the shadows of Blackwood Manor, Liam silently closed his note. As the morning sun rose over Blackwood Manor, Liam Morgan finally uncovered the truth behind the impossible diamond heist. It had never been about stealing a priceless gem, nor had it been about money or deceiving the police. Edward Blackwood had carefully orchestrated the entire mystery for one extraordinary reason: to test the young detective whose remarkable reputation had reached him long before they had ever met. Over the years, Edward had heard countless stories of an 18-year-old student who solved impossible crimes, not through luck, but through patience, honesty, and brilliant observation. Curious to know whether the legend was real, Edward quietly researched Liam's family history and discovered that he was, in fact, his own distant nephew. With no children to inherit the Blackwood legacy, Edward refused to choose an heir based on blood alone or the promise of wealth. He wanted someone whose character was beyond question, someone who would seek truth over recognition, justice over assumptions, and integrity over personal gain. So he created an impossible mystery that could only be solved by a person with exceptional intelligence and unwavering principles. Throughout the investigation, Edward watched every decision Liam made. He saw him treat servants and wealthy guests with the same respect, refuse to accuse an innocent person without undeniable evidence, remain calm under pressure, and patiently connect every clue before reaching a conclusion. When Liam finally revealed the truth, he sought neither praise nor reward, only justice. In that moment, Edward realized he had found someone far more valuable than any diamond. And on that unforgettable morning, Edward Blackwood finally found not only the person who could inherit his fortune, but the one who had truly earned the privilege of carrying the Blackwood legacy.